Daniel sat in his car, hands gripping the steering wheel, staring blankly through the windshield. The glow of the dashboard clock told him he was late again. He rubbed his temples, trying to ease the pounding headache. Work, career, family, responsibilities. The words circled in his mind, leaving no room for peace. Life had turned into a relentless blur. His phone buzzed, a meeting reminder. It was the third one today. He sighed and glanced at the time again. There was no escaping it. Every minute was already spoken for. But as the minutes slipped away, so did his sense of control. It was always go, 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 and yet it was never fast enough. At work, Daniel was successful, a high-ranking project manager, respected and admired. His career had blossomed quickly, but now it felt more like a burden. The constant pressure to perform left him feeling drained. The world demanded more than he could give. Then there was home. He loved his family, his wife Sarah and their son Ethan. But Ethan needed more than most children. He was born with muscle dystrophy, requiring constant care. Sarah handled most of it, but the guilt gnawed at Daniel's heart. He felt like he was failing both of them. No matter how hard he worked, it never seemed like enough. Daniel knew he was blessed, but he also felt trapped. He was supposed to be grateful, wasn't he? He had a stable job, a beautiful family, a home, but the weight of his responsibilities pressed down on him. His mind wandered back to a simpler time when faith was a living part of his life. He used to find solace in prayer, in quiet moments of reflection, but now his relationship with God felt distant. His spiritual life had taken a back seat to everything else. Every time he tried to reconnect, he was pulled away by another obligation. He missed that deep peace, the joy that came from feeling grounded. Now, it was as though he was running on empty, chasing after everything but never catching what truly mattered. A knock on the car window startled him. Sarah stood outside holding Ethan's hand. Her eyes, though tired, were kind. Daniel quickly wiped the tear that had unknowingly escaped. He hadn't even realized he was crying. "You okay?" she asked softly, peering in. Daniel nodded, though he wasn't sure of the answer. "Yeah, just thinking." They walked together into the house, Ethan humming softly to himself, unaware of the silent storm raging inside his father. Sarah set Ethan up with his tablet and sat down beside Daniel on the couch. For a moment, neither spoke. The quiet felt foreign, but welcome. "I know you're overwhelmed," she said after a while. "I see it in your eyes every day." Daniel swallowed the lump in his throat. I feel like I'm failing. At everything, I can't keep up. I'm always behind, always running, and I miss..." His voice cracked. "I miss feeling peace. I miss God." Sarah placed a hand on his knee, her touch grounding him. "You're not alone in this. We'll figure it out together. But you need to let yourself breathe. We don't have to win a race no one asked us to run." Her words cut through the noise in his mind. A race no one asked him to run. He looked at Ethan, lost in his game, his small body curled into the couch. His life, though full of challenges, was still full of moments to cherish. His wife, still sitting by his side, wasn't asking for perfection, just his presence. Maybe Sarah was right. Maybe he needed to stop trying to outrun life and start letting go. There would always be work, always responsibilities, but maybe the peace he longed for wasn't something he had to chase. Maybe it was something he could find in the middle of the chaos, if only he slowed down long enough to see it. As the evening settled around them, Daniel closed his eyes and whispered a prayer. A simple one, without the pressure to say it perfectly. He didn't have all the answers, but for the first time in a long time, he felt the possibility of peace returning. It was just a small step, but it was enough for today.